happy to have you with us. This is MEP Mondays, and this is where the Institute for Collaborative Learning, based in Costa Rica. Yvonne, can you work on that? Yeah, thanks. Based in Costa Rica, but we work throughout Latin America, both virtually and we also go places. But right now we're doing these virtually, and it's so nice to see that we have many Costa Ricans here tonight, and we also have people from Cameroon and from Peru, and I'm not sure what other countries. What other countries do we have here tonight? Was that it? We might have somebody from the Dominican Republic. Maybe from Nicaragua. Let's see. Well, we're really happy to have you all here tonight. You're all welcome. We'll start out with just, we've been chit-chatting a little bit, but just a little bit of quiet time to arrive. And I want to invite you to sit. This is something that we started doing now in our virtual courses, as well as when we show up face-to-face. I want to invite you just to sit comfortably and just notice how you're sitting. You might want to wiggle. You might want to be twisting a little bit. Maybe you've been sitting all day and your spine needs to twist. Just wiggle a little bit and sit comfortably. And then I would like you to, if you can, put both feet on the ground. Sit in a way that you feel strong. How can you feel strong? And then just notice your breath. Notice your breathing. Hi, Betsy, welcome. I like that certificate there. Welcome, welcome. Just notice your breathing. When you breathe in, how are you breathing in? When you breathe out, how does that feel? Take just a minute to notice your breathing. And just notice how are you feeling right now? Just a little check-in. How are you feeling?
Relaxed.
Great. Great. That's what I think. Feeling relaxed can help us learn for sure. And also, you guys have had a long day, I imagine. And Philip in Cameroon, he's in the middle of the night. So we hope that feeling of relax helps us be present. But welcome. Another practice we have here is welcoming people. So I'm gonna just read these to you to welcome you. And Yvonne, I'm going to invite you to read with me. I'll read the first three, and then you can read three. We'll go back and forth. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, teachers, administrators, and learners. Welcome, everyone who's hungry.
Welcome, everyone who has eaten. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone who's tired.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Jump in.
Welcome, everyone who has energy.
Welcome everyone who is angry.
Welcome everyone who is happy.
Welcome everyone who feels lonely.
Welcome everyone who feels a sense of belonging.
Welcome everyone who is eager to learn.
It's okay to have two voices too. It's okay.
Sorry.
No, it's beautiful.
Welcome everyone
already knows.
Who already know. Welcome everyone who want to learn about what to do and when we have empty space.
Welcome everyone who already knows about what to do when we have empty space.
Everybody, welcome everyone.
Welcome everyone.
Welcome everyone. Knows about what to do when we have empty space. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone.
Thank you, everyone. That was beautiful. This is a new habit we have since the pandemic, since I'll just welcome everyone. We hope that you're welcome. You feel welcome. Is there any other characteristic you'd like to welcome here? Welcome everyone who is what? Anything you'd like to add?
What about sick?
Welcome everyone who's feeling sick. Thanks, Jose.
Welcome everyone who had a great day.
Oh, Gretchen, thank you. Yes. And welcome everyone who had a hard day.
Welcome everyone who's feeling sleepy.
Thanks, Betsy. Yep. Great. Great. Well, thank you. Welcome everyone. We're so happy you're with us. I know many of you, but I'm also new to some of you. So I just want to briefly share a little bit about who I am. My name is Mary, and I'm the director here for collaborative learning. And I am originally from the United States, and there's a picture of me as a little girl with my mom. It's one of my favorite pictures. And a picture of the house that I grew up in. Let's see. Then I wanted to share with you that I'm originally from the United States. I'm hearing some background noise. Can you check and mute the mic, Sivan? Thanks. So I'm originally from the United States, but I started out my teaching career in the United States for a couple of years, teaching kids Spanish. Then I moved to Japan. And I taught in Japan for 8 years. I taught children for a couple of years, and I taught at universities for a couple of years. And then I moved to Brazil, and I taught in Brazil for a couple of years. I did a teacher training project in Brazil. And after Brazil, I moved to Costa Rica, which is my home. And this is a picture of our institute here in rural Costa Rica. We're in a small town near San Ramon in northern Costa Rica. And we do a lot of work online. So I put a picture of us working online because that's something that we've done a lot of this year. And I don't know if this is the course that you were in. See, I don't think so. Anyways. So that is a little bit about who I am. And just wanted to share that with you. A few things I want to share just at the beginning of the session, just to give you a sense of it, is that each of us are starting exactly where we are. We've come to this session with our own backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. You might notice some resistance in yourself or hesitation of like, yeah, Mary, that's fine, but it doesn't work for my students. You know, just notice that. See how it is. See what's happening for you. You also might notice some excitement and energy and like, yes, I really want to do it. Both of those might happen. I'm always thinking about how can I cultivate my own curiosity and come like saying, I really want to learn. And you all showing up here shows me that you really want to learn, which is beautiful. Oh, I just saw Ruth Mary's question. How many languages do I speak? Thank you, Ruth Mary. I speak fluently in my daily life 2 languages, English and Spanish. And then I also have a little bit of many other languages because I lived in Japan and I lived in Brazil and I lived in Norway. So all of those languages I have. Some little bits of. So, and I studied French growing up in high school, and then I also studied a little bit of Hawaiian language. And now I kind of like trying to learn a little bit of Bribri here in Costa Rica. We have a number of indigenous languages in Costa Rica. So that's on my list too. I want to learn some indigenous languages, some Maleku and some Bribri. So thank you for that question, Ruth Mary. And in these sessions, one of the things I'm always curious about is how can we find a way to make sure all voices are heard or valued? We'll be going to some breakout rooms. So I just want to put those out there for you to think about, just to share with you. I have another one. This session, one of the quotes I wanted to share with you comes from Maslow. It's something that I think he does speak on some level to what we're going to be working. In any given moment, we have 2 options: to step forward into growth or backward into safety. And when we have empty space in the classroom that we don't know what to do, right? That's panic. What do I do? It's an interesting choice. I could step forward into growth and try something new, do something different, or back into safety. And so I feel like that's sort of the big options that we have as teachers. So I wanted to share that quote with you. And today what we're going to do, we've done some arrival activities and reflection. We're going to explore this challenge a little bit. And I've got 3 solutions to the challenge. One is community building, one is improvisation activities, and the other one is attending to your brain and body. So we're going to go through and do a couple activities for each of those solutions. The first thing I want to do, though, is think about this, the exploration of this challenge of having empty time or empty space in the classroom. And I'm curious, do you have empty space? Do you ever have empty space in your classrooms? You can answer in the chat. You can also raise your hand or unmute. Do you have downtime where you don't know what to do? Or are you so busy? Or maybe you have perfect lesson plans that fill all your time all the time. I don't know. But do you have downtime? Do you have empty time where you're like, oh no, I have 10 minutes and I don't know what to do?
It happened to me sometimes, but what I do is talk about life, like mention something that happened on the news, or maybe a comment that any one of the students had done in the classroom, and we like talk about, make something reflective. What do you think about that? Do you think that's right or wrong? Sometimes I touch cultural issues, or I would say talk about morals and values most of the time. And when I get a little, like maybe they finish before,
yeah,
or if I start this, I finish this activity, but if I start this next one, it won't be enough time to finish. So I say, well, cut it. I'm not going to do this next one. So we talk about something that is going on at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Betsy. Yeah, that's great. And that's nice because that's actually something I didn't add in. So I appreciate that as a 4th topic, a 4th solution. So, and Lev writes that you have had those moments, and Gretchen here writes, sometimes when the topic is new, I miscalculate time. I use it to play based on a free topic. Nice. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Gretchen.
Well, can I say something, Mari? Well, you know that in Costa Rica, we have 2 different kinds of, maybe we can say schedules, you know, because in some schools, we have 5 lessons to teach English during the week, and the other ones we have just 3 lessons, you know. And in my school is the ones that we have the 3 lessons. And the program that we have in MEP, well, the new one that we have since 2005, it's very rich, or yes, it's very rich for me. I love it, but we don't have enough time to complete or to fulfill all the objectives. So when I think about empty time, I'm not thinking about the time that I, as a teacher, I don't have, you know, because I don't have the time to fulfill everything. But when I finish an activity, there's some students that demonstrate more capacities, or they are like, I don't know, the activities that I plan are easier for them, you know, so they used to finish first than the other ones, and I have to think about this empty space for them. So when I listened the topic for today, I was thinking about on those students and not on the empty time that I have because I don't have it.
Right. No, Laura, that's great. And that is exactly it too. Like, what can I do with the students that finish early and help them have some quality experiences? Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Diana writes, every group is a different dynamic. So some cases are empty spaces, and that you like to play interactive games in Kahoot. That's great. And Philip says you have those moments and you get to motivational talks and encouraging them. That's great, Philip. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, similar to Betsy. Yeah, great. And hello to the people on Facebook Live. We've got a few people watching us, and we've had a few comments there as well. So we'll keep an eye on Facebook Live as well to see if you have any questions. But hello, Jaime, and hello, Danielle. It's nice to see you guys. Thank you for that. Okay, so this is it is a common situation. And Laura, I appreciate you mentioning what you're thinking of, because I hadn't actually had that in my mind when I was thinking of this session, but I think all of these things are things you might be able to do with them. So let's take a look. Let's dive in. The first one that we have is community building, the first solution. And when I hear Philip and Betsy talking about doing some motivational speaking and connecting and thinking about values, and that's really beautiful. And that's a kind of community building too. And I want to share a few community builders that we now, there's quite a few of you here that are alumni. So you might see activities you've already done. So I apologize for that. But I think also it's really nice to try them out and get a sense of them. For community building, one of the things I think about, like, why should we do community building? A lot of people think about icebreakers, like in the beginning of the school year, we do icebreakers, or a warm up where we're doing that to get the students ready for our topic or conversation. Those are good, and sometimes these activities could be used for those, but our purpose in community building is different than ice breaking and warming up, right? It's something that we do throughout the whole year, and we do it because we're trying to co-create this classroom environment where people feel connected. That's our intention. We want people to feel connected, so they have a strong sense of belonging, because that strong sense of belonging is going to lead to more engagement and greater success. And students can take more ownership over their learning. And also those who are struggling to speak, the community building really helps them speak up again. So those are some reasons for community building, and I imagine you can think of some others. But I'm going to move forward now just to make sure we can try and get through the session today. And I want you to, there's a few other things that I'd like to do with you. I have in these slides, and we will send you a link later on to get the slides so you can have them. We put in 7 different community builders. We're only going to do 1 or 2 right now of these, but we wanted to give you an idea of what some of them are so you can get them right off, all the instructions right off the slides. So I'll show you some examples of, this is one that we like to do, just a very simple question. What is something that made you smile today? And I am going to send you off to breakout rooms right now. And I want you to answer that question too. I want you to introduce yourself to the people in your room, and just, what is something that made you smile? It could be today. It could be, yes, if you didn't smile today, you can make it for yesterday, or, or, sometime in the last week. I'm going to send you to 3 people in a room. Yvonne, I've got them going. If you could put the question in the chat, that would be great. And we're going to pull you back. We're only going to take about, I think we're going to take probably about 4 to 5 minutes. And then you'll have a 60-second countdown to come back. So your instructions, just to meet the person who's in the room, the people in the room with you, and talk about what made you smile. Enjoy.
She was playing a video game. It sounds like she got like a super powerful gloves. So she was happy because she was jumping.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Jumping.
Oh, nice.
How about you, Mary?
Yeah, something that made me smile. Actually, on the weekend was watching everybody enjoy. We had a community market, and watching people eat this really yummy food that made me smile this weekend. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. How was that?
I just experiment something that makes me smile.
What was that, Laura?
It's because Mary received her visa, so I was so happy for her, and I smiled.
I'm so happy to hear that. That's great.
Our time was too short. I was just speaking to my partner, and we couldn't really express the situations.
I'm sorry, Jose. We're going to send you right back. We're going to
Uh-huh.
send you right back to
Thank you.
your rooms with the same people. We're going to go right now with the next question. It's a very simple question. So we'll send you back so you can have some time with the next one. Welcome back, everyone. Back. Just a quick little check-in. How was it? So for some people it was too short. Yeah. And how was that? How was the class? How was the breakout room, the conversation, other than that?
Well, it was nice. I spoke to a teacher who lives in a place where some relatives I have in Alajuela.
It's a small world, right?
It's a small country.
Yeah, Dita, would you like to say something? I see you're unmuted.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
You listen me?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mary. Yeah, I spoke with a lady from Peru, and I told her even when I am very sick, when I'm very bad flu for the season, the weather, I feel happy about it. Makes something for me a smile. Is the summertime is here. Finally.
Finally, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, I'm sorry you're sick, but happy you're here. Yeah.
I am allergic, so
yeah.
This time is not good.
Great. Any other comments or questions on this really very simple, a very simple community builder of just asking people about what made them smile? Any other comments on that or questions?
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Angie.
My partner and me, we were talking. We have something in common that I was telling him that something that makes me smile a lot. That's my boys, my two grandsons. I have one that he is 5 years old, and the other one is 5 months old. And Roberto is from Costa Rica too. And Roberto told me that he's very happy when he sees his kids. He has two.
Sweet. Thank you, Yasmin. That's great.
Nice to see you, Mary and Ivan.
So nice to have you with us, Yasmin. So nice. And you too, Roberto. Thanks for having your camera on with us too. And Philip wrote something that made him smile, hearing a song that reminds him of his past. Oh, that's great. That's great. All right.
Hi, Mary and Evan.
Hi, yeah. It's nice to have you with us. All right. So this is the idea of sometimes just a community builder, just a question.
I was trying to participate, but I'm in the ferry and the connection was very poor.
Oh, thanks for letting us know, Krista. Yeah, you're cutting up a little bit. That's kind of amazing that you're on the ferry. I hope you have a safe trip. Yeah. So I just wanted to share with you this idea of community builders. Sometimes this sort of thing where we show pictures, what's a moment where you feel similar to these animals. You could have some activities. We have a game that we like to play called Play Within Reach. where you choose an item and you play a guessing game. Let's do this right now. We'll just do this quickly. All right, so I have something right here and I want you to guess it. So it's within reach. I have it right next to me. And you have up to 10 questions to ask, just yes, no questions to guess what it is. So you can unmute and ask, or you could write in the chat. What do you think I have right here? And it's so close to me. It's within my reach.
Does it have a screen?
No, it doesn't have a screen.
Is it small?
Not tiny, but it's kind of small. It's not, it's smaller than a cup.
Did you buy it in another country?
Nope.
Is it soft?
Nope.
Is it food?
Is it?
No, it's not food.
Is it useful?
Yes, very useful.
What do you use it for?
That's a great
It's a yes, no question.
I'm sorry.
Yes, no
sorry.
question.
And you write with it?
No.
Is it used to write?
No.
Do you use it to work?
What?
You're gonna eat it?
Do you use it to work?
I don't use it to work, but I use it to get to work. And I don't use it to write with. And Heriberto, I use it to open things and I use it to get to work.
Oh, your keys.
It's a computer.
Yes.
Your car keys.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So this is an activity that you can use, and you can, if you're face to face, and then if you're virtual, you can do it this way. If you're face to face, you can say like something that's in your bag, right? Or you could draw a little picture and cover it up. All right, but it just when you have a little bit of extra time, it's just kind of fun. I mean, just listen to how you all were like asking questions. That's awesome. That's great. Right? So that kind of game and activity helps us build a sense of community, and it's kind of fun. This is another community building activity that we sometimes do, a scavenger hunt. You get 1 minute to run around your room and find these things, right? Or you could draw them. If you're in class, draw something red, draw a picture of your favorite food, draw, so you can do it face to face as well. And then after we gather those items, break people into groups and they share and they talk about it. These are they're really simple. You don't need any materials, and they're just simple ways to help your students connect. This is also a dicey. I'm going to leave this here for right now. I'm going to explain it. This one is one where we have 6 questions. You roll the dice, whatever number you get, you talk about that question. Right? So you can adapt it for whatever level. If you have kids and the questions might be, what color is your shirt? Right? Something super simple. And if you have higher level students, you can ask higher level questions. So they're all really just free, easy activities that get people talking. The virtual field trip is a little bit different. It needs technology, but we have here a playlist of really amazing videos where they could choose a video, watch it, and talk about it. So if you have technology and you want to give them a little bit more input, this is a playlist from National Geographic of really cool videos from different places in the world. You could also just show them pictures, right? If you had a set of pictures in the classroom or postcards, or there's a lot of ways to adapt it where you look at pictures or you look at a video and then just talk about it. So if you're in your classroom and you have those pictures handy, ready to go, and you have a little bit extra time, that's what you can do. So that is one suggestion. In our PowerPoint, which we can send you, we also have a list of just a few other activities, some websites for you to go to. So we'll send that to you. All right, we're going to move on to solution number 2 is improvisational games. How many of you have never tried improvisational games? Yeah, similar to I Spy, Katya. Yeah. Oh, and I see the people that guessed in the chat. I wasn't following the chat. That's great. Okay, how many of you have never played improvisational games before? Never heard of it, never played it? Absolutely new. Okay, this is great, you guys. This is such a fantastic filler. First of all, I want to share with you some benefits of playing improvisational games and activities. It helps us be less judgmental. It helps us be happier. It helps us focus on others and listening to people. It builds positivity. It helps us learn how to embrace mistakes. It helps you improve your listening skills and improve your social skills. It helps you become better at improvisation, helps you worry less, helps you feel more connection, and it helps you enjoy more playfulness. What do you think about that? Are those good benefits?
There's a lot of benefits.
A lot of benefits.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like those. Ooh.
Yeah. Would you like your students to have those?
Of course.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm waiting for the folder you say you're going to send to us.
Yes, I will send them. Yes. So we're going to play the first improvisational games. There's no winner or loser really. We're just practicing improvisation, right? And so this game is called Yes and, the first game. And what happens is one person makes an opening statement. And then the next person responds with yes and something that fits. So there's and then you just keep going back and forth saying yes and yes and yes and it's kind of interesting and it's not actually simple. Here's an example. The opening statement, the river is full of fish. And somebody says yes, and one of them is enormous. The next person says yes, and he's swimming toward us. Yes, and he looks hungry. Yes, and we're trapped on this boat. Yes, and he looks more like a whale than a fish. Yes, and now the motor won't start. Yes, and he's about to swallow us. Yes, and I just remembered the boat is a plane. Yes, lucky for you, I have my pilot license. So
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Crazy and fun.
It's crazy fun. So I'm going to do one round here with you, and then we're going to send you to breakout rooms and try another round. So I'm going to start out and say, the opening sentence is going to be, there is a bowl of chocolate ice cream on the table.
Yes, and I'm going to eat it.
Yes, and it's fine.
Sorry.
Yeah, yes, and you're going to have a stomach ache.
Yes, and then I'm going to go to the doctor.
Yes, and the doctor will be very busy.
Yes, and the doctor will. Oh, yes, and I will have to wait a long time and I'll have to miss class.
Yes, but I am sick. I cannot eat it.
So you get the idea, you sort of keep going.
Yes.
The story will
Yes,
evolve.
and you can record the class.
Yes. Yes. And then,
Yes, and I can listen it later.
Yes. And I can get some good ideas later on. All right, I'm going to stop share here. I want to send you to breakout rooms. One person starts with a sentence starter, and then you just keep going, yes, and, yes, and. And if you get to a point where you feel like it's not making sense and you want to start again, just start again. That's okay. All right, we're just going to play yes, and just see how it feels. And if there's some silence, that's okay. If you feel awkward, that's okay. If you feel like you're both speaking, just play around with it. Let yourselves play a little bit. Okay.
I think that the silence is good because it makes brains work.
Yes, and we want our brains to work.
It's kind of a sense of mysterious. What's going? What do we do now?
Yeah.
That makes them use their minds.
Yeah. Absolutely. You ready to play and try it out a little bit? All right, have fun. We'll give you about 5 or 6 minutes. See how it goes. Yes, Sam. Oh, Laura, who's there with you? Welcome back.
He's my son.
Hello.
His name is Arturo. Say hello, Arturo. Say hi.
Hi, Arturo.
Hello. Diga. Hello. Pero más duro porque no te oye. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Nice to see you, Arturo.
Nice to see you too. You say nice to see you too. Excellent.
Sweet. Well, welcome back. How was that game?
Yes, and it was funny.
That was a wonderful game, right? Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone.
It's good because the student has to use to improve the vocabulary.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. And we all need that too. Any other comments about that game?
That you need imagination, because sometimes you don't know what to say, even you can't talk.
Yeah.
You don't know, you have no ideas.
Right, Alexandra, yes. And so sometimes that can be hard. And that's why the more we practice improvisational games, the better our creativity becomes.
Yes, Mary. And sometimes the other person get lost, and then you have to bring that person back to the topic again. So it is not so easy.
No.
As we think it is.
No.
It was difficult.
It is difficult. And that's where, Christine, the benefit of learning to really listen to and pay attention to others comes up, because if I have to follow the topic, I have to listen to what you're saying in order to connect it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. This is just one of many improvisational games that are out there that are a lot of fun, and you don't really need any materials. So I just want to encourage you to think about looking up more improvisational games. This is another improv game that I think is kind of fun, that is, I think it follows up on sometimes we do this in English class, right? We create stories. And in this case, I want to invite us to try and create a letter. And so in this, you can either say, we will do one word. You could do one word, or you could do one sentence, right? And I'm going to stop the share here for a minute. And I'm going to let's pretend that we're writing a letter to another teacher to tell them about our school. Right? And each person can say one word. Right? So what I'll call on us to see for the order. So we're going to start out with Yvonne and then Laura.
Coffee.
No, it's a letter. So you have to sort of start with dear.
Oh, letter C.
No, a letter to a person. Sorry. Like you're writing, dear so-and-so, I'm excited that you're coming to our school next week. That kind of a letter, like an email.
Oh, a letter. Oh, okay, letter. Okay.
Maybe we could change it. Why don't we call it an email?
Okay.
Writing an email to someone. And you get to say just one word. And then the next person says the next word. All right.
I can say one.
Let's actually try it. You know what? I'm going to put a couple people in the spotlight, and we'll have those try it.
Mary, say, dear Mr. Ramos.
Exactly.
I hope you are okay.
Exactly. But we're all going to say just one word. So
Word by
let
word.
me, so
We
I need
should-
two
we
more
should
volunteers.
like-
One word.
Only
Like for
three.
example, like hello, teacher.
Exactly. Hold on one
Happy
second.
to.
Annabelle, I'm going to bring you into the, let's see, add spotlight, and then
Yay.
I replaced you. I didn't mean to replace you. Add spotlight. Okay, let's do the three of us. So we'll go Annabelle, Yvonne, and then Mary, and then Annabelle,
En-
Yvonne, and then Mary.
Ahí en la refri.
Okay. Great. So Annabelle, let's start. You go first. One word of the letter or the email.
Hello.
Carla,
I
Want
to request.
one word.
Oh, two.
Invite
you
To
our
graduation
party.
next
Saturday.
December
12th. Exclamation point.
2022.
Oh, okay. Sentence
many
ends.
words.
Next sentence, Yvonne, you start.
Please
Let
Us,
know
if
you,
are
able
to,
join.
us. Period.
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 Regards.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Excellent. Excellent.
nice.
You're done.
Okay. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay. So I'm going to send you to your breakout rooms again. We only have a couple minutes, but we're going to do it anyways. We're going to send you to your breakout rooms again. And we want you to create an email, do that kind of activity, one word. Let's say it's an email and you're angry about something. Ooh. Try it out. We're gonna send you to the same breakout rooms. In about 5 minutes. Yeah, good grammar practice, right? Try it out. Let's see.
Yes, and if it looks like difficult for us, sometimes will be difficult for the students. Okay, but I have heard about a similar activity when we practice for practicing conditionals, conditional sentences, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Marilu. Yeah.
Similar to this.
Mary,
Yes.
I loved this activity because I could notice that sometimes I want to take I want to lead the activity, and I wanted to say, no, that is incorrect. No, let's this way. But I couldn't because we were 3 people. So I had to respect what the other people said, and I couldn't I couldn't give my ideas. I had to wait until they said something so I could say the following idea. I don't know if I am making myself clear.
Yes, exactly, Christine. And that is the power of it. The more we practice this kind of activity, we have to tune into each other. We have to listen to each other.
Oh, Terry.
Yeah.
You need to work with other people as a team.
Exactly. Yeah. Annabelle, you had your hand raised. Would you like to share something?
Yes, with Gretchen, we were talking about like all the possibilities that start with this activity. And for example, we said that we imagine the board divided into two spaces and having the students in a line with a marker and started writing and passing the marker. And then they will check like spelling, grammar, punctuation. They could reply to each other's letter. And they could like have a conversation later about the letter. Like, okay, now we wrote each other the emails, but now we have a meeting and we're discussing about what happened in the emails. I even told her that the students could make a TikTok now that that's so famous with them.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Like what happened today in an email that I got.
Yes, absolutely. That sounds fun. It's so much fun. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, you get the idea then that, it's like we don't need to have a lot of materials to create these activities. And you've already taken this your ideas. Annabelle took it, you know, you can do it on the board in writing, you can create a video, there's so many other options of things that we could do. Yvonne put in the chat and also in the Facebook Live the link to the slides. So they're there. There's a lot of things in the slides that we didn't get to tonight. I wanted to do some brain gym activities, because another thing, I think the third solution, if I have a little bit of extra time, I want to do some things to help them either with their brain being healthy or their bodies being healthy, right? Like so often we think about learning and teaching in the classroom, we're just about the brain. So how can we get our bodies involved? But we didn't get, oh, interesting. Let me do the feedback link. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Annabelle. Yeah, so those are the other solutions, and you'll find them in the slides. Here you go. Here's the feedback link. There we go. You'll find the other ideas in the slides, and they're just seeds. I know that you can come up with a million more. The slides also have some websites that might have some interesting resources for you. So my question for you now is, if you could fill out the feedback, we would really appreciate it. And what are you taking from this session, this hour of, we spent 68 minutes together. What are you taking from our 68 minutes of time together? Or less, because it came later.
It was, I thought it was, or I think it was too short, the time to learn. And we learned a lot of things that most of them we already knew sometime, somewhere. But now I realize that we can use them in our classrooms, and they are resources that we had at a hand, and they are very cheap. They need no material at all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jose. I love it. You know, I often feel like I'm not sharing often new things, but maybe just reminding us of what we already know, or saying we can use this in a different context or in a different way. So I love that you already knew a lot of them. That's fantastic.
Mary, sometimes we are giving classes all the time, and we want to look for some ideas that we can use with the students. So very nice ideas. Thank you, Mary, for sharing. And well, yes, it looks like a very short time, and we are very lucky here learning a lot with you and with all teachers, because I gathered with 2 different teachers, okay, from different countries, and it was a nice experience too. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. Thanks, Marilu. Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much for coming. We will be doing this again next week. We'll have one more next week. It's going to be on gratitude. We're going to talk about gratitude. We're going to practice gratitude. And then we'll take a break until January. But if you need to find us, we're at the Institute for Collaborative Learning. You'll find us on Facebook or on Instagram. My email is also in the handouts, so if you want that. So thank you all so much. And I hope everybody who's feeling a little sick gets better. Everybody who's sleepy gets to sleep. Philip, you get the prize. It's now probably 3 o'clock in the morning for you. Patricia, so nice to have you with us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support, Yvonne.
Thank you.
Oh, nice to see you all. Big hugs to you too, to all of you.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night. And if you want to stay and hang out a little bit, I'm happy to chat. Oh, thanks, Philip. That's beautiful. So nice. I think Philip teaches, he said math or physics. What do you teach, Philip? I can't remember.
I teach physics.
Physics. That's great. Yeah, and you can do these kinds of activities too, right?
Wonderful, wonderful. You'll be new to my students and they will really, really love it.
Oh, that's great.
I will try it out and then I will give some feedback.
Oh, let us know. Thanks, Philip. Thanks so much. And thanks everybody who joined us on Facebook Live. We appreciate it. We're going to stop. We're going to cut that off now. So Thank you all and take care.
Thank you so much, Mary, and nice to see you again.
Oh, so
Thank
nice
you,
to see
Mary.
you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
I hope to see you in live, face to face on sometime this year, next
God,
year,
I would love that. I
because
would.
we have so long time not to see us each other face to face.
Been a long time, right? Let's do it. Let's do
But
it.
maybe this coming year. Bye bye. Have
Bye.
a nice week. See you then.
Thanks, Carol.
Have
Betsy,
a nice week, Mary. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
so
Nice to see you again. Bye.